these three ideas that are. Welcome, everyone, to another Leading with Empathy podcast episode. Now, this episode's a little bit different. I'm sitting in a small hotel room, washing hanging up on the line. We are day two of an 800k bike ride across Thailand to raise money for Hands Across the Water. And we're in a beautiful little place called Buan Khan. We've stopped here for the night. I walked to the local shopping centre where it was quite the spectacle. Needless to say, there are not a lot of white foreigners who come to this part of the world. But if you are around anywhere in Thailand, make sure you head to the northeast. It is beautiful. One of the beauties about this bike ride, this is now my 10th trip over here to Thailand to complete a bike ride. And one of the beauties about being on the bike for 8 days is the ability to think, the ability to reflect, to dive deep into your thoughts, your soul, and search for some different ways of looking at the world. And I think this is a really core part of empathy in general, is to be able to reflect, be able to think, be able to see different perspectives. And there's three particular perspectives I really want to share with you that I've been reflecting on quite deeply across this ride so far. The first one I really felt as we were riding along the highway today. We had a long, busy highway stretch where there was dusty roads, the sun beating down on us. When you looked ahead, I could see no corners, nothing to look forward to in terms of exit from this dusty highway. The only thing I really saw was a slight uphill incline, which I knew was just going to take more energy out of my pretty tired legs. So this first lesson that I've been really ruminating on is that life offers us many struggles. And this trip is often a struggle for many people. It's not just in your legs and more particularly your backside sitting in the seat for 8 days, but we see the struggle in the limping gaits on the stray dogs as they wander and walk towards us with their hearty little barks as we ride by. We see the struggle in the people living in makeshift houses, working their fingers to the bone, toiling in rice fields and paddies. And this struggle is all around us. It's a struggle for all of us at times. And what I've really been ruminating on is that this struggle isn't something to be avoided. Actually, for all of us in our lives, struggle will be inevitable. It's a truth of life. Here in Thailand, the Buddhists often say that life is suffering. Don't avoid it or throw it away. Struggle is to be embraced. And I think this is really important. We should be facing the struggle we find with joy, in the knowledge that it's a privilege to be alive. It's a privilege to grow old. And it's a privilege to feel, even the things that are hard. The struggle of bike riding is quickly put into perspective over here. Overtaking a family crammed on a little motor scooter that seems to be straining through its last throes of life as we pedal past on our beautiful bikes. Riding through villages with small wooden huts, people with concrete floors. We get to stay in these beautiful air-conditioned hotels at the end of each day. And in the back pockets, every rider here is carrying a small picture of one of the children from Barn Home Hug. Now, these children have all known struggles, probably deeper than most of us will ever experience or wish on anyone that we love. All the children have been lost or abandoned from their families, struggling with the hurt of that lovelessness, being rejected from those people who should have been there to care for them. This struggle is not easily lived with. It's not one that they deserve, but it's one they must live with anyway. And the reality of this ride, it helps me remember that life isn't fair. Struggle is not fair, but struggle is and always will be with us. And on this journey, we struggle together and we look for those moments of joy in each other's experiences. The second thing that I've been thinking about is that despite the struggle, or possibly because of the struggle, life persists, and so do we. And we see this in the plant life on the side of the road. From every yard and pot and scratch of grass or dirt, you see life growing. You see farms of tobacco and coconuts and cabbages and rubber plantations, coconut fields, pineapples. Everything around you is growing, even small tiny pots we were seeing today, with these beautiful green shoots of onions and herbs coming from them. And this life is persisting. Life is growing through any struggle. And nothing typifies this more than watching Maythew ride along, this amazing woman who runs Barn Home Hug, who suffers through incredible illnesses. And every day she's suffering through the worry of 80 kids, of having enough medicine to look after them all of these children who call her mother. And she fights with government officials to make sure they can go to school. She fights with the universities to help the kids have a better future, even with the hospital system to give them the care they need. And not only does she do all this and persist through this incredible workload, but she also does the bike ride with us. She joins us on the ride and rides the 800 kilometers with everyone else. And she doesn't do this to inspire us or thank us as riders or to give us some motivational pep talk along the way. She does it for the children. She persists through this pain and through this struggle for the kids. Because for the kids, she rides to tell them that she can persist through the pain. And if she can do it, then they can persist through their struggles as well. She shows them that despite how sick or struggling you might be, you can do what you want to do. And for those who ride around her, those who come out and see her riding, you will be inspired, absolutely, but she's not doing it for you. At the end of the day, when we ride through these streets, there is struggle all around us. And the children are continuing to go to school despite how challenging it might be. They laugh and they bring so much love to their communities. There is always a way to move forward. The barks of the dogs keep coming despite them having no way of protecting their home from this imagined threat as we ride by. And the plants keep growing in those dusty little cracks on the street. See, persistence is a critical part of this journey. The struggle is there and we must endure. But we also must do this through persistence. This final idea that I've been really ruminating on is one of joy. As you walk through the streets, or we ride along through these little villages, what always amazes me and thrills me about coming to Thailand is how much joy you see in the faces of people. We see it in each other when we complete a day and everyone finishes and gets to the hotel in one piece, completely uninjured. There's always a happy moment. But it's also the small joys that I really want to focus on here. It's the joy you see of riding past a family and they smile and wave like you're their best friend. So happy to see you. They yell to us and ask us to come and join them for food and drinks. And there's so much happiness despite the struggle and despite the energy they need to put into persistence. And I really reflect on this from the perspective of joy can be found and built not in your circumstance, but inside of you. This joy that we experience is so refreshing. It's so beautiful. One moment I had today, I was riding along, separated from the rest of the group a little bit, along one of those highway stretches. And a man in an old motorbike, a motorbike that I suspected had a few crashes along its years. The dials on the front of the motorbike weren't plastic anymore. They were covered over with hessian to protect the cavity beneath. And it was, let's say, a well-worn motorbike this man was on. As he pulled up beside me in actually really good English, he said, "Where you come from?" And after I told him we were from Australia and we were cycling, he asked me how many days we were staying. And after our brief conversation, he said, "I hope you really enjoy Thailand." And that's one of the most beautiful things about this place. You are welcome here. You're not just tolerated. Not just people expect that it's okay for you to be here. No, you are welcome here as a visitor. And they really have so much pride and joy in their country, in their people, and in sharing that joy with others. And so often when I'm working in organizations, that joy does not exist. We work with each other through systems or processes and forms and regulations, and we tolerate each other, but we don't enjoy each other's company. And to enjoy each other's company, too often people expect that I have to love this person or like this person, or they have to do something good for me, and none of that needs to be true. Joy starts from us. Joy starts from within. And every time I come to Thailand, I feel that sense that it's my responsibility to help bring that joy. It doesn't come magically from the trees. It doesn't come through your bank account or a new car. Joy comes from inside of you. And if we can all look into our struggle, persist through that struggle with the knowledge that this is what we are here to do, we are lucky and happy to be alive, and then grab that joy of life and share that with others. This is where I think empathy really comes from. This sense that we're in this together. And through this challenge, we can survive and we can thrive. But we have to do it with a smile. I'll be checking in and making another episode while I'm over here towards the end of our 800 kilometer journey. Hopefully a little bit more, looking a bit fresher than I am right now. But I really thank you and appreciate you. And I'll put a link as well if you'd love to donate to Hands Across the Water. It's a fantastic charity. Thank you all very much. I look forward to seeing you on another episode of the Leading with Empathy podcast.